Hey YouTubers, if you're watching this video, you've just gotten one of these Oculus Quest 2 VR headsets, or you're thinking about it. What I'm going to do in this video, it's for beginners. It's not for advanced VR headset people. It's just for beginners. The first part, I'm going to talk about setting this up and getting started. And the second part, I'm going to look at some of the free videos that I've checked out, as well as one that I purchased that are great videos, VR videos, again, for getting started. If you're comfortable with doing setup processes with this type of stuff, you can skip this process. You can skip this part of the video, and I'll put a timestamp down here, right here, where you can jump ahead to some of the videos that I think are good for getting started. The other part of this setup is you have to download the Oculus Quest app onto your smartphone. Grab your headset, there's your power button, hold it for a couple seconds, and it'll turn on your headset. Put on the headset, and because it's the first time you're using it, you'll be prompted. You're going to need your smartphone right beside you, and you can sit down doing this. You can sit down with a lot of the games as well. Have your smartphone handy. Have your Wi-Fi password handy, because you're going to need that. You're going to have to get into your Wi-Fi. And have your Facebook account information handy. This is a Facebook product, and you have to have a Facebook account, which isn't too much of a stretch. Most of us have those. And and have your debit card or your credit card, whichever card that you want to use for paying for games, have that handy. During the setup process, it's going to ask for that information. So it's going to pretty much walk you through it. And a few times you might need to go to your smartphone, but most of it's going to be in your headset, and you're going to need your pointer. This is your pointer button. This trigger here is your pointer. You're going to need that, and it'll pretty much walk you through it. So be advised when you're setting up, it can be kind of annoying, because at one point I had to lift my headset up and refer to my smartphone and input some data, or I had to look at my debit card or my Wi-Fi information, my logon info, and I'd have to, okay, there's 4 numbers, and put it back down and click on them. Okay, there's 4 more. It was a bit cumbersome, a bit annoying, but you get through it. It's just part of the game. Let's set up the headset. It's pretty straightforward. You can adjust these bands to your head, etc. And then the lenses right in here slide out. There's 3 positions. There's 3 positions on the lenses. I'm finding, for me, the middle is the most comfortable. With the width of your eyes. And then you're going to set up your strap. When you first put it on, you're going to see light here. Don't worry about that. You don't worry about that. Once you turn it on and you start getting into it, that's not an issue. The other thing that you get with this is a spacer for people that have glasses, and it's self-explanatory. This section here pops off, and you put the spacer in, and to give you that extra space. My gal wears glasses, and she's not using it, and it's not bothering her at all. It seems to work fine. The other thing I wanted to show you, while we're just talking about the setup, are the hand controls. Okay, so the hand grips feel a little bit awkward at first, but when you get used to it, it makes perfect sense. So there's a right and a left dedicated, and your middle finger goes on this button here, and that's your grip button. So that's an important button, and your index goes on this trigger, and that's for all your games when you're shooting stuff, and that's your trigger button. And it's often in the relaxation games like Nature Trek. This button here will move you forward. So fool around with the buttons, and the other buttons on here that are important, they're all important. You've got 2 buttons here labeled B and A, and over here they're labeled X and Y. When you're in a game, see what those buttons do, because they will do different things. In Nature Trek, for example, when you press one of these buttons, it brings up a table of toys that you can play with. They're actually elements that you can add into your environment. And then they both have the toggles for flying around normally. Another two buttons that you need to be aware of and you'll be using a lot are these two recess buttons. The one with the Oculus logo, that takes you to the Oculus home menu where you can quit the game that you're playing, among other things. And the other one has kind of a menu logo on it, and that will take you to the menu of the game that you're playing with some different tools or things that you can do within the game. So those are important. So fool around with all those buttons, experiment to see what they do. Just wanted to really quickly talk about the batteries in the handset. The handsets come with two AA batteries, and I suspect they'll last a long time. And when you need to change it, it's an easy procedure. There's your index button. On the other side, you can actually see the indents in the plastic. Just apply a little bit of pressure to that, and it slides out, and there's your batteries. They're not easy to get out. You probably need something like a butter knife or something to get it in there to get that first one out, but okay, so let's check out some of these games. Now, I'm not a gamer. My gal and I, we're not gamers. But a friend of ours brought one of these over, and we were playing a zombie game, where you're out there, you get in there and you're killing zombies. And it was a lot of fun, but right away I was just blown away by the immersion of the virtual reality of the 360, and these zombies are coming at you, and it was mind blowing, and I'm gonna play some games and I'll have fun with that, but I really saw this as a tool for escaping reality. My gal's in healthcare right now, and she's under a lot of stress, and I did some research, and there's some nice relaxation virtual realities out there, and as well as the games. So you've got it on, you're all set up, you've input all your info. Right off the bat, it shows you how to lay out your safe zone. You need about, I think, a minimum of about 5 feet by 5 feet, meter and a half and a meter and a half, to sort of create your safe zone. And that's a zone where when you touch the side of it, you'll see a big circle, and that's warning you that you're going out of your safe zone. That's to protect you from walking into coffee tables or knocking over mom's expensive china, stuff like that. And you'll see a menu, two menus actually. The big screen in the back is what's available to you from the internet. There's all kinds of stuff here. Red Bull TV, Oculus TV. You can watch Netflix on this, and all kinds of virtual reality media. And when you click on the Oculus button, the screen in front of you, it's almost like a desktop, will pop up, and this is where you'll see the apps that are installed on your Oculus. So the first thing you want to do is find an app called First Steps. This is going to be an introduction to your virtual reality. So this is basically a tutorial for beginners. And the main part of the tutorial is that it teaches you how to use your hands with your hand grips. Teach you how to grab things. You get to dance with this funky creature, and it also shows you how to use your fingers. Here you're pulling on tabs, and it's a lot of fun. The graphics are, I think, pretty amazing, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's got a good soundtrack, and it just gives you a chance to get used to your hands, as well as the virtual reality. Looking around, this is a 360 environment, and it's very cool. At one point, you even pick up a controller, and you get to practice your toggle switch by flying a blimp around the room. And if you like, you can even try your hand at shooting targets. It's a lot of fun if you've never done it before. Of course, I was really interested in the mission ISS, the International Space Station, and that's a lot of fun. You know, you're up there and you're exploring the space station, and at one point you can dock a Dragon and actually go out, put on a spacesuit and go outside, check the Dragon for damage. It's a lot of fun. But another one of the good games, I think, for beginners that I didn't really think I was going to enjoy, that I'd kind of discounted, is Bait. Bait is obviously, it's a fishing game. But it's a really good introduction into playing a game for beginners. Because if you've never played a video game before, it's all about figuring out how to get through the game, about finding the clues and paying attention to what's going on. It's not just pointing and shooting. So it's a good game for beginners to teach you how to get through something. Of course, of course you're fishing. So that's a neat experience. You're actually casting and fishing. And there's 3 fishing holes, and they're very relaxing. They're very cool. There's a bit of music, a little bit of different music at each hole, but you hear nature sounds, and you're sitting down. It's all very cool, and it's all very relaxing. I found it at times a little bit annoying. The idea is you go from one fishing hole, you start out at a bait shop, and you interact with this guy, and he sends you off to a fishing hole. Then you have to go back, and I found it kind of annoying sometimes. A few times you had to catch too many fish to move on to the next level. And then you get to this one character, the guy's cousin, Dorma May, and she can be kind of annoying. All in all, it's a good lesson. It's a good way to get into these games, and it is relaxing. And another really cool freebie is Invasion. So as I said earlier, the big screen on the back shows you what's available online. And there's all kinds of great 360-degree videos that you can access. You can fly over New York City, sit on a beach, jump out of an airplane. There's all kinds of great experiences. You can swim with dolphins and whales. There's just all kinds of great stuff here.
You're surrounded by the brilliant blue waters of Sipadan, a small island near Borneo. This protected coral reef is home to over 3,000 species of fish and considered one of the best dive sites in the world.
One of the first games I wanted to buy, as I said, I wanted to buy this for getting away from reality, for getting into relaxing environments. And the one I highly recommend is Nature Trek. It's only $11, and it's really cool. If you're looking to get away from it all, and this is late January 2021, and who's not looking to get away from it all? And my gal's in healthcare, so I thought this was a great thing for my gal. When she gets home from work, she can put this on and escape a little bit. And we're probably not going to be able to get a vacation this year, so I thought that was really cool, Nature Trek. So one of the fun things that you can do in Nature Treks is press the A button on your right hand set, and it brings up this table of elements. And you can add them or delete them from your environment, and it's kind of fun. So play around with that, it's kind of fun. Another neat thing you can do is you can move around in Nature Treks, and unlike some of the VR environments on the internet, you can stay here as long as you want. So there you go. It's a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. In the States, these are $300. Up here in Canada, I paid $400 plus another $50 in taxes. So life in the big city. But it is a lot of fun. And I thought, considering the fact that we're not going anywhere this year, that it was a good investment to be able to escape to a virtual reality, especially during these winter months. Highly recommend it if you can afford it. Thanks for watching. Check out some of my other videos. I've got a channel, a playlist called Professional Video Production on a Shoestring Budget. There's also some consumer gear reviews there, the Jinhu projector, a few other consumer things there. Check that out. Also check out some of my documentaries featuring the people and the places of Vancouver Island, as well as Vancouver Island destinations. It's a great area. So anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching.